it's Jen. I have some projects to share with you today, and just to let you know, I'm gonna try and go through this as quick as I can because this is like the 6th time I've tried to do this video because I've gotten interrupted so many times. So, let's see, quick update, going to pick up Anya. She's been dancing in New York City for 3 weeks. And we are leaving, so we're picking her up on Friday, and I'm leaving with her on Saturday to go to Florida, where she'll be dancing for another 3 weeks, and I will be spending some time with my parents. And while I am there, we are having my mom's scraps, and we are going to a crop that her friend Judy is having. Hi, Judy. And I wanted to bring a door prize, and Judy and I are also going to be at the crop, going to be demonstrating how to make altered corks. So that should be a ton of fun. So I wanted to bring a door prize, and I made this pincushion, which I ended up deciding to keep for myself. Hang on here, let's get this. For a few reasons, so then I made another one. So I have 2 pincushions to show you. Excuse me. So this one I decided to keep because I made it with one of my very favorite fabrics. I bought this years ago in New York City. I made this little crocheted flower, and I made up the pattern in the car the other day, so I can do a tutorial on that if you guys want it. And this button I picked up when we were in Paris. I don't know, I just really liked it. I've had this idea in my mind for a long time to make a pincushion with this a piece of crocheted trim, or I think this was a tablecloth on top. So, and it has a little teacup charm on it. So I'm gonna keep this one for myself, and then I will share with you this one, which I also really like the way that it came out. So this will be the giveaway. And I used 2 different tilde fabrics. I put the same crocheted flower on the bottom. I put 2 different trims around the outside. I put a different vintage little doily tablecloth that I had on top, and I really like this one with the bigger holes. And a couple of little stick pins. And I made this very vintage looking charm with just some paper and some I used the satin Mod Podge on top of that. So I really like the way that that came out. And what I am going to do when I come back, I'm going to be gone for like a month. And a couple things. When I get back in August, I am going to take down my old tutorial on the pin cushions, and I'm going to do an updated one just because I'm able to, I've kind of simplified the process basically. And so I want to share that with you guys. I have had some people looking at the old tutorial and asking me questions about it recently. So I am going to get rid of that one and do a new one. And also, if I do post any videos in the next month, just please bear with the quality because they would be direct uploads from my iPhone while I'm in Florida. I'm not sure. If you don't see me posting, I will be start posting again when we return in August. So that's that. And then I have a few cards to share. I have been wanting to get this stamp set for a very long time. This is from Altenew. It is, they do a lot of layered stamp sets, and this is the vintage flowers, which is different than the vintage roses. They have a few different vintage floral stamp sets. So it has a large flower with 3 stamps, and then the card I made is this flower here, which uses 4 different layering stamps. There is a learning curve with these. It did take me a while to figure them out, but once I figured it out, you get some really amazing results. And so I made these 4 flowers, and each of them you use 4 different stamps, and you layer them, and you just get this really beautiful flower. They do have die cuts that you can buy separately. I did not purchase them, so I just cut these out by hand. Everything is inked with the Colorbox Shabby Pink ink, and just used some die cuts and layered the Eiffel Tower and this Bonjour, a couple different lace trims, and layered a couple papers here. I mean, other than the doing the flowers. The card is very simple. And this one here too is, let me just do a quick close-up on this one. This one, I think I only used, is that the same? No, this is the little bit larger flower, and it just has the 3 colors. And I think maybe on this one I just used 2 of the stamps. You don't have to use all of the layers. I can't remember. But on this one I know I used all 4. And so yes, love that stamp set. We'll be playing with that some more. This is a watercolor piece I had shown a while ago. I actually did a watercolor tutorial, and so I wanted to show you guys this card I put together. It's a gatefold card. I believe that's what you call it. And I made this belly band to go around it because it pops open a little bit. So this is the inside. And I just made a tag sentiment card. I made this little pocket in the bottom with these cutouts. And this is a stamp and die set that I have. And, oh, I wanted to tell you guys, for like these little flourishes on here, and when I use my smaller word dies, I have been using this glue. I may have shown this in a haul. It is the Elmer's Craft Bond. It is the puzzle glue and sealer, and I have not had any problems with the tip clogging up. It always stays moist. But so for like these, I just put them upside down on a piece of paper and dab it, you know, dab it all over it, and then pick it up and put it on here, and it adheres great. And if you get any of this glue on the paper, it dries like perfectly clear. You cannot even see, you can't see anything. So if you have any little messes, they go away. And just did a lot of layering, used a Martha Stewart punch here, and there's a little bit of lace trim in there as well. So this card is really heavy. Oh, and then on the back, I put this piece of paper that I really, really liked. I mean, this was one 12 by 12 piece of paper, all of these blue pieces, and then this back piece. So, and it'll stand up, but it does kind of pop open, so that's why I made the belly band to go around it. I think it took me longer to do the belly band than it did the card. I was having some trouble with that. But it has a sugar-coated flower and just some sprays here and this elastic trim. Okay. And then I made this, I just threw together this like little mixed media card the other night. So I'll just do a close-up of that. Made this little bottle cap that says, "Enjoy the little things." I embossed a gold heart on here. There's washi tape, some rip papers. I cut out these little circles from this paper piece, which was crepe paper. Oh, my washi tape is sticking up there. And then back here, this was a Maggie Collins piece of paper, which I used on the inside, and added a few little hearts, and just have this torn piece in here for the sentiment. And that's the back. And then my last card is this little 3x3 card that I made. I made this flower. I had shown the Tim Holtz snowman die. I think it's like the Alteration Snowman. It's the thicker steel cut die. And so this is the snowman. Actually, I made this flower out of the snowman's body. The biggest kind of layer here on the bottom, I did have to trim a little bit because the snowman's bottom is an oblong shape. And I know when I had posted the haul with the die, I said I wanted to try and make a flower with it. So I used my, let me just show you guys. I picked up another set of tools in the, I can't remember if I showed these or not, in the fondant section, the cake section of the craft store. So I used this little stylus type tool to I took each flower and, you know, turned it upside down, and I went around the outside to make it curve up, and then I did the inside of the flowers to make them bend back in. And so that's how I layered that. And it has a little bit of dimension. But I really like these, this set of 3 tools that I picked up. And this one here has a really fine poking tool on one end, and then it has a blunt knife on the other. So I got these for working with my clay, but I've already found a few different uses for them. And this is the little yellow bicycle die. I double cut that out and layered it. And again, I used the puzzle glue to adhere that. I cut out a couple little clouds and a little fence, added some pearls to the center of the flowers, and I just actually sewed those right through the paper, and really simple inside. So I just wanted to share all of that with you guys before I leave for Florida. So let's see. I am going to be doing some crafting while I'm down there, so if I'm able to, like I said, I will upload some videos through my iPhone. And if anyone has any questions on any of this, or if anybody has this Alti News stamp and wants to learn how to line these up, I know I've heard some people have had some trouble with it. I could do a tutorial on that as well. So you guys have a super great month, and I will be talking to you at some point. Bye-bye.